A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Streets with Big Stone. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is December 27th. And for the last 5 days, you might be aware that our police department in Jamaica is on a sickout. Today, it was reported in the news that over 4,000 police officers was on sick leave. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the approximate figure for the Jamaica constabulary force is about 12 plus going on 13,000 people, man and woman. Now, if we have over 4,000 on a sickout, that simply means a third of the police department is on sickout, which means there are a lot of unmanned areas all over the country because, you know, our country is facing a very serious surge of violence, murder particular. Now, a lot of people are complaining that the police department should not have sick out and they should have waited the course in order to be so properly salaried, because their salary, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very low in comparison to other police departments who are not doing the amount of work the Jamaica Constabulary Force are doing. Now, the Jamaica Constabulary Force today, ladies and gentlemen, is faced with over 1,582 murders. Now, that's a lot of people murdered for just 1 year. In the month of August, we see 169. And we have been seeing over 100 people being killed every month come towards December. Now, I understand, and I really do understand the fact that these policemen are faced with serious work, ladies and gentlemen. Police shooting has gone up, they say over 20%, 170 people by the police. That means they're coming more in confrontation with criminals with high-powered weapons. Now, the police department cannot go on strike, and essential service cannot go on strike, but they do have the liberty, if they're sick, they can call in sick. Thus, we have over 4,000 police officers sick. Now, why is this salary negotiation taking so long? It's been a while now since they keep going back and forth, back and forth. They were offered a 4% increase, and then they say 6%, 4 plus 2. You know how the calculation go. You can consult your newspaper and you'll see the breakdown. The police officers are saying 6% is a mere drop in the bucket for the kind of weapons and the kind of crime and the kind of criminals, the brazen gunmen that is out there just waiting to attack or shoot on a police officer. Why the government cannot just see the needs of the police department and furnish these needs, come as close to possible to what the police want? Because guess what? The police is a very, 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 very important service. Our teachers are very important. Our nurses, these are essential services. And we have to pay these people handsomely. If you want to cut corruption, you have to pay your police officers well. If you want to stamp out laziness on the workforce where they're saying there's a lot of police officers not doing what they're supposed to do based on the fact that income is down on their back, we have to pay the police a decent salary. Now, how are we going to do that? It all rests on the government. I don't know what the IMF agreements are, if the IMF have anything to do with them not being able to come up with the money to pay the police department properly. I really don't know the politics behind it. All I can say, ladies and gentlemen, is that us here, the poor person, are the ones that are suffering. A lot of people have been shot over the last 5 days since the police has been on sickout. I wouldn't say they are able to prevent it because they're not everywhere at the same time. But a lot of our citizens are very uncomfortable. Even myself, I was gonna go to Oldest on Sunday evening because Oldest, you know, is playing at Sabina Park, and when it's at Sabina Park, it doesn't give you that feel, that Oldest feel that you normally get. So it was announced that it was gonna be held in Raytown, and I said, well, Raytown is my place. Poor people get a chance to make a few dollars on the side. I'm going down there to support. When I turn on my television, turn on the news, over 1,200 police officers on sickout. Bam, there goes my Raytown. Took my clothes off, went to bed, and I had a nice Christmas Eve sleeping, ladies and gentlemen. So The police is very, very important. They play a very important role to our lives. We're not going to blame the police. We cannot blame the police. A lot of people are saying, well, blame the police. But if you blame the police, remember, these are people out there that are risking their lives every day. These are some hard work. When a policeman is faced with an M16, it's not an easy thing if you have a wife and picking them to come home to. I understand that we need him here and we need him there. Recently in the Coronation Market, because they didn't have that influx of police officer, a lot of people went into the Coronation Market and just take up different vendor stuff without even being stopped by any security or police whatsoever. So it's the poor, again, that always suffer. So we're just asking the government to kind of speed this up, pull the police back into negotiation. It is also said, ladies and gentlemen, that Sergeant Wilson was been the spokesperson for the Police Federation. He has been very instrumental over the years in negotiating a good salary for the police. He was promoted not to the rank of inspector as was expected. He was promoted to the rank of assistant. Yeah, like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people are trying to blame the police department, but you really cannot blame the police, because guess what? Remember, when you look at how hard a work that these police officers, the kind of condition, if you go to some of these barrack rooms, ladies and gentlemen, there are rats there, there are rain coming through the ceiling, there's no proper bedding, you know what I mean? They need proper services. If you can see also, most of the police department, ladies and gentlemen, is suffering from stress. Stressed on the job. Working as a police officer is a very stressful, dangerous job. Matter of fact, people are leaving left and right. If they recruit 600 police officers, you can best believe 90% by 1 year is gone. They retire, resign, fired, corruption, what? They have to come up with a new model. How to train these police officers properly, let them absorb the training, pay them well, and we can have a better Jamaica. We the citizens, we have to rally around the police, because the police are a very, very, very important entity to our safety. So we cannot blame the police. We need to start looking at the government and asking the government to come up with some tangible way of how you're going to address this situation, where the police are paid handsomely so that they can go back to work and start doing their job. So I support the police department, not in striking, not in sicking up, because we have a lot of people, but hold firm and then and get what you're supposed to get. You deserve it. You're a great set of men and women. We look up to you, we respect you, and we're very happy that you're here to work for us. So I hope this concludes in the short while where we can just conclude this, ladies and gentlemen, and have the police officers going back to work. Jamaica is a beautiful country, and we need our country to be protected by our police officers. Okay, so there's my take on it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you think about our police department. Over 4,000 calling in sick, for the last 5 days. Our streets are a little bit edgy. A matter of fact, watching the television show this afternoon, I was watching a gentleman that heads a security company, and he was saying if he has 12,000 security officers and 4,000 plus calling sick for one day, his business would have been upside down. He would be bankrupt. Right now, the police department have to be getting help from the Jamaican Defense Force, private security, concerned citizens, and of course, us. So please, give the police what they deserve. Give them a raise in their salary so they can go back to work, okay? Thank you all very, very much. Thank you all very, very much for watching. And I do hope you practice safety. Remember, if you don't have to go out, stay home. And you can have a very, very beautiful 2018 when it comes. Thank you all for watching. Thank you.